start.
Anthony Hartwig here with a West Branch girls soccer player profile. I am joined by Maria Manley. Maria, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
You're welcome.
And when I heard your story, last week, and it was one of those ones where I had to message Coach Fico really quick,
Yeah.
and it was one that I really thought needed to be told, needed to be heard, and to do it respect, I thought the good idea would just be to have you tell it and to have you kind of share your perspective of what you've been going through, and then I'll obviously come back and ask you some questions afterwards. But I want to give you the floor and let you just kind of share what your last year has kind of been like and to share your story and obviously where you are now.
Okay. So I had a baby in February, February 18th, and 42 hours later after I had the baby, I had a seizure. And then I had 5 hours of seizures. And then after that, I was put in a medicated coma. And then when I woke up, I was paralyzed. So then I had a ventilator and I had a trach. And then my doctor, Dr. Elmers from the Cleveland Clinic, he wanted me to go down to this place called the Shepard Center in Atlanta. And they basically focus on spinal cord injuries. So like a lot of their injuries were from like car accidents or like work related injuries. And but they did have what I have. I got diagnosed with MOG, which is a long thing. It stands for Myelin Oligodendrocyte Glycoprotein. And they did actually have one person down there previously that had that. So my doctor wanted me to go down there so that I was able to walk and move again. And I was there for 4 months, and it's the first 2 months kind of started off with I was an inpatient, and basically you had therapy like all day, and they also had a teacher there that would help you with school so you could finish school. And they had a rec therapist, they had a physical therapist, they had a occupational therapist and speech therapists and counseling too, all these therapies, and um, basically helping you to kind of move again and walk again and do it. You could all do it before your injury. And then after those 2 months, I was put into day program, which is where you are basically in a kind of like a home setting. So you are in your own room. You don't have like nurses checking up on you all the time. You are basically taking care of yourself by yourself, and you are taking your medicine by yourself, and taking all your showers by yourself, and cooking, cleaning, and just basically getting you ready to go back home. And during those last 2 months, I had the baby with me, and she was in a pack and play, and she got to stay with me in the room, and I got to take care of her. And you still go to therapy during the day, but um, after your therapy is all done, you get to go back to your apartment and eat dinner and take care of the baby for the rest of the night, and you can watch TV with her, play games, whatever you want to do for the rest of the night. And then I got to come back home. My last day there was June 30th, and I got to come back home. And then when I came back home, I was basically able to walk again. So then I just kind of started playing soccer and going to still a lot of therapies here. So I still have therapies, and I still get treatments once a month to make sure that this does not happen again. And I still have lots of doctor's appointments and stuff, but basically my life is kind of back to normal now.
You go through all that. Obviously, you had to have something that was just driving you to get through all the hard days, and keeping you kind of positive. What were some of the things that were staying in your mind to keep you going through all that hardship?
Um, I just kind of, wanted to be able to go back home and be able to walk again and at least see like all my friends, and then also like take care of the baby.
How much I mean, were your friends able to come see you at all during all that time, or were you pretty isolated?
Uh so my one friend, she's like my best friend. Let's see, I think it might have been in June. Yeah, in June she actually, they always go to Florida, and but she wanted to make sure she got to stop down and see me. So her and sorry. Her and her other friend came down and they made sure to come see me, so at least I got to see them. And sometimes they would do video duo calls with me, and they would FaceTime me, and everyone would still keep in contact with me. So I did get to see them, and I did get to meet a lot of people down there, and I still keep in contact with them, and they're like all lifelong friends now.
All right, let's get to, now you get to get back with this team, you get to get back home, and you get to play your first soccer game since all that went down.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you?
It was really exciting. Everyone was cheering. Um, I got lots of hugs from people, and yeah, it was just a good time.
Did you ever kind of imagine that you could get back on the soccer field, back on those rough days, and that those 4 months that you had to spend, trying to get back to just a normal life?
No, I never actually expected that I would ever be even to walk again. So I didn't expect to even be back on the field.
How much do you love soccer? How much did getting back on that field really mean to you, and being able to do what you were doing before?
It just, it was just, it just made me feel so good about myself that I just worked hard enough to get to where I am today, and that I had a lot of support behind me, and that I really have not much to worry about. I just know that, we know what to do if this happens again, and um, everyone in my community has supported me and helped me through this time.
Yeah, I want to talk about the community and the West Branch community. We always talk about it every time we talk to a West Branch athlete, and it's usually a lot more of a less serious situation when they're getting behind people. They're just rooting you on as you're playing a sport. But how much did this community really get behind you while you were going through this much more serious situation that you were getting through?
Yeah, so they did a lot. They um, made shirts for me. They did a lot of like sometimes they would make group videos and make me signs, and make me presents and bring over gifts for the baby, and they would just always give me like get well soon messages, and they've been praying for me and all that, and they're just really a very very good community. And um, one of like our students, her and a couple other people got in a car accident, and she's, you know, in some conditions right now, but they're all backing her up too. And it's kind of nice to see them do it for someone else, and that I, I'm helping that person too. And that like it's just cool to see that that's what they did for me too. So I just want to do that for that person too. And we're making her shirts. We're all going to wear them to school on Friday, and because it's her favorite color. And just keep her in our prayers, and keep support behind her. And just like, I just know that like if anything ever happens to anyone, we just all know that our community is behind us, and everyone is so nice and amazing. It's just amazing to have this awesome community.
I know when you got to play that game, the most important face that was there was your daughter.
Yes.
We saw the pictures after the game with her. It was just a sweet moment. What did it mean to just be able to share that with her and to be able to get back with her and to be able to spend that moment with your daughter?
Yeah, it was so good. I'm glad she got to at least watch me play, even though she really doesn't know what's going on. But um, yeah, she's just I just love that she was there and she at least got to see me play a sport that I hope she gets to play one day and she gets to love.
And I hear that wasn't even the end of your fantastic week because you got voted homecoming queen
Yeah.
a little bit later. What did that mean to you to be voted that and to have that moment on a Friday night to be crowned the tiara and to be able to call yourself homecoming queen?
Yeah, that was really good. Like we were all crying at the end. Like we were all just so happy and everyone was giving me so many hugs. My parents were so surprised. Everyone was just so happy for that to happen. So,
When you're going through things like this, I know future goals kind of really get put in the minds that you want to drive yourself to see yourself be able to do things in the future. What are some of your future goals that you want to do after you graduate high school, and some of the things that you see yourself doing in the next couple of years?
so my future plan is to go to college. I don't know what college yet, but probably somewhere definitely close to home. I would I would love to go to YSU because that's where my mom, dad, and brother have gone. So I would love to go to YSU. Um, and definitely study nursing because I have just had so much medical things done to me that I understand a lot now. Um, Either nursing or, a physical therapist because I just know that all therapists are the ones that help me get to where I am today in nursing.
Was nursing and physical therapy something you kind of wanted to do before all this happened, or is it like now that all this happened to you and you've had so much incredible help through the medical field that it has just driven you to want to be that for someone else?
Um, so I've always wanted to be a nurse. Um, I always watched like Doc McStuffins when I was little, and watch her help all her toys or whatever they were, and I just loved that she would help them, and I just loved the idea of doing that to people. And then uh, physical therapy kind of just became a new thing after all this happened to me.
I want to let you talk about your family real quick, and I'm sure your family was a rock for you during this whole experience. What is it about your family that's so special to you, and how much did their support and their encouragement really get you through this whole situation?
Um, I love that my aunt and my brother would take care of the baby, and I knew that she was in a safe spot. And then my mom and dad always wanted to be with me, and they wanted to um, be in Atlanta with me. I don't know if I mentioned, but the place I was at too was in Atlanta, and uh, so my mom and dad always wanted to be with me, but they just supported me through. They supported me through a lot. They supported me through the pregnancy. Um, we were all getting prepared to take care of the baby and having me take care of the baby, but we just never expected this to happen. But they were always behind my back and they would always, push me, make sure I would get to where I am today. And I'm just grateful to have them.
Although we never hope this kind of adversity on anyone, we know it happens. We know it happens to people all the time.
Yes.
Um, what kind of advice would you give to someone runs into a situation like this or adversity of this magnitude to get through it and to get back to their day-to-day lives?
I would just say that everything happens for a reason, even though it might not be good. Um, you know, Everything happens for a reason. And if it's not good, just know that it's just you're gonna get through anything. You can get through anything, even if it's so difficult. You just push yourself to get through it and never give up.
And I can't let you go without talking about Coach Fico and what she's meant to you in your life because she's the one that kind of brought this story to our attention, and she's the one that you know made us made sure that we were able to tell it. So, what has she meant to you, and what kind of things has she taught you throughout your soccer career at West Branch?
Yeah, so she actually was not going to come back this year, but she ended up coming back, which we were all very, very happy that she did come back. And she just, she's always pushed me, helped me through everything, and she's so supportive, and she's always smiling. And we all love that about her, that she's always so happy. And then when she does get mad during games, you know that she's mad, because it's just, like, don't mess with her, because you can just tell when she's mad because she's just not smiling. But I think there's only been a couple times where I've never seen her not smile. um, but yeah, she's always pushed me. She's always sent me get well soon text messages, and always supported me. She's always helped me. And she did, I'm pretty sure she's the one that gave us the diaper duty, which is very, very helpful. And I'm very glad that she did give us that.
What was her message to you that night that you got to play in the game, and what were some of the things that she told you as she put you in?
Well, she did give me a hug, and she was just saying how proud she is of me, and how she's so glad that I got to where I am today.
All right. We don't want to keep you long. We thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for telling your story, and kind of hopefully this is an inspiration to someone out there that hears it that's going through something. Hopefully it's not as serious as what you had to go through, but if it is, hopefully this kind of helps them through. We thank you again for your time. We wish you the best of luck in the rest of your endeavors, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.